Tara Lee Calico was born to Patty and David Calico on February 28, 1969 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her mother, Patty, who was already a mother of 2 sons, had just completed reading Gone with the Wind as her birth drew near, and named her daughter Tara Lee, quote, after the fictional plantation and the Hollywood actress who played the woman who lived there. Tara was raised as a well-behaved, considerate child who always showed kindness to animals. She played the violin, loved tennis, went for daily bike rides, and spoke French. By the time Tara was 6 years old, her parents had divorced. Her mother, Patty, was an assistant train master and married train conductor John Dole in 1975, the couple having met at the Santa Fe railway yards. John was an easygoing individual who adored Tara like she was another daughter of his. While in her senior year at Bellin High School, the quote, tall and pretty teen was a superb and exceptional student and took several college courses at the Valencia campus of the University of New Mexico. The principal of Bellin High School, Ron Hodges, recalled that she was a wonderful student who was athletic and manager of the school's track team. Tara had told friends that she had dreamed of having a career in psychology. In 1988, Tara was a 19-year-old sophomore and was working at Bellin's First National Bank, having also been employed as a waitress. Her relationship with her stepfather, John, was still as strong as it had ever been, and before the autumn had gifted him a Rottweiler puppy. It was Tuesday the 20th of September 1988. That morning, Tara had planned to use her mother's bike for her daily ride, as her own required repairs. She gathered everything she needed: her tennis outfit, racket, balls, school books, and her purse. She asked her mother to rewind 2 cassette tapes, one featuring the band Boston, so she could listen to them on her yellow sports Sony Walkman during her bike ride. At 9:30 a.m, Tara set off on Patty's neon pink Huffy 10-speed bicycle with yellow control cables and sidewalls from the family home on Brugg Street in Bellin. The route was approximately 36 miles or 58 kilometres in total and took the 19-year-old through the barren New Mexico State Road 47. NM 47 cuts across an expansive stretch of desert, connecting the quiet community of Rio Communities to a 2-lane highway that leads westward towards the Rio Grande and eastward to the dark, rugged Manzano Mountains. She would ride there every morning, occasionally accompanied by Patty. However, following one ride, Patty expressed concerns that someone had been stalking her on the road and subsequently decided to never join her daughter in another bike ride. According to the Albuquerque Journal, Patty had told Tara, quote, "You ought to think about carrying mace out there," to which her daughter replied, quote, "Don't be silly, Mum." Patty told the Albuquerque Tribune, quote, she said, "Mum, I can't run my life worrying about what's round every corner." That day, Tara had told a friend that she would return from her bike ride no later than 11:30 a.m, as she had a college class that afternoon, plus a pre-arranged tennis match with her boyfriend at 12:30 p.m. Due to experiencing a flat tire 2 weeks prior, Tara had also told her mother to collect her if she did not return home by noon. 12 o'clock arrived. At 5 minutes past noon, Patty hurried to the bike route, her heart heavy with worry, desperately searching for her daughter who had not returned as expected. Patty carried out a search for Tara, however she was nowhere to be seen. She returned to Bellin and gathered a search party consisting of many of Tara's friends, who joined in the search which continued along NM 47 that afternoon. Sadly, their search turned up nothing. Patty subsequently contacted the authorities and reported her daughter as missing. Overnight, heavy rain fell, which would have washed away any potential evidence suggesting what had happened to Tara. 7 witnesses reported seeing Tara riding her bike northbound on the return stretch of her journey at approximately 11:45 a.m. With her headphones on, she seemed unaware of an older, light-coloured pickup truck with a camper shell following behind her, which was also reported by these witnesses. She was just 2 miles away from home. The search continued the following day. Lodged in mud and on the southern shoulder of NM47, Patty noticed the familiar shape of a Boston cassette tape. It lay several miles from where her daughter was last seen, on the opposite side of the road, suggesting she may have turned back, moving further away from home. A few days later, the cracked plastic window of her daughter's Sony Walkman was discovered 19 miles east of NM47, near the remote John F. Kennedy campground. Patty believed her daughter may have intentionally left these items behind as a way to mark her path. Detectives also found bicycle tracks on the northern shoulder of NM47, near where the cassette tape was located, indicating a possible struggle. However, John Dole observed that the tracks appeared more like skid marks. Friends, family, volunteers, and law enforcement conducted an extensive search for Tara over the course of several weeks, using aeroplanes, helicopters, horseback riders, and search teams on foot. Bloodhounds tracked her scent, and heat-detecting sensors scanned the area. Even psychics contributed their grim predictions, while newspapers kept the story of the missing girl in the public eye. Authorities went so far as to give a strand of Tara's hair to a, quote, water witch, hoping to determine if her body might be hidden in a water-filled ditch. Many theories circulated about what had happened to the 19-year-old. One detective went into details about these theories with Patty Dole. The detective suggested that Tara might have been abducted by a satanic cult, who allegedly severed her hands as part of a fertility ritual during the autumn equinox. According to this theory, she was then tied to a post in the bosque for 3 days and ultimately burned at the stake. Yet, just days later, the same detective informed a reporter that Tara was more likely a runaway. According to Patty, 3 potential suspects took their own lives before authorities could question them. By 1991, Patty and John had become authorised deputies and were permitted to carry licensed handguns. With permission from the Valencia County Sheriff's Office, they were allowed to investigate the case themselves. 10 months after Tara vanished, a harrowing story came to light. It was the 15th of June 1989, and a woman in Port St. Joe, Florida, pulled off Route 98 into the parking lot of a junior food store. After parking next to a white Toyota cargo van, she went inside to do some shopping. When she returned moments later, the white van had disappeared, and in the empty spot beside her car, she noticed a Polaroid photo lying face down on the asphalt. The photo showed a young woman and a small boy, both lying on a mess of sheets and a blue striped pillow. Their mouths were sealed with duct tape, and their hands were tied behind their backs. In the background, a worn copy of My Sweet Audrina by V.C. Andrews, notably one of Tara's favourite authors, a plastic cup and a squirt gun could also be seen. Polaroid experts confirmed that the picture was taken using film that wasn't available until May 1989. The area they are in is small and dimly lit, with the only illumination appearing to come from the person behind the camera taking the photograph. Patty and John Dole strongly believed that the woman in the Polaroid was Tara, with Patty stating to the Associated Press, quote, "She used to keep herself fixed up and had a permanent in her hair. Before the perm, without the makeup, I got out the old pictures and it's her." A couple from New Mexico identified the boy in the Polaroid as their 9-year-old son, Michael Henley, from Milan, New Mexico, who vanished in April 1988 during a hunting trip with his father in the Zuni Mountains. However, in June 1990, quote, "A scattering of bones in a thick copse of junipers were recovered from the Zuni Mountains and identified as Michael Henley." According to John and Patty, experts from Arizona to Los Alamos National Laboratory conducted thorough analyses and found that the woman's hairline and ear matched Tara's features. Scotland Yard agreed that it was Tara in the Polaroid, yet Los Alamos were sceptical. Experts were confident that a faint mark on the woman's right calf is the scar Tara sustained from a car accident. It was also suggested that the photo appeared to have been taken in the windowless rear of a white Toyota cargo van from the late 1980s. Additionally, a phone number, partially unreadable, is scratched on the spine of the V.C. Andrews novel. Patty Dole noted that the incomplete phone number could correspond to over 300 possible listings, of which only 57 were reported at the time as valid. However, none of these numbers have led to any new information about Tara. In regards to the novel, Patty commented on a discussion board about the case in 1997, quote, "Tara did not have any book with her when she disappeared. We can only guess that the abductor either gave the book to Tara because V.C. Andrews was one of many authors that Tara read. Other possibility is that the book was placed in the photo because the ultimate subject of that book was brainwashing." According to the Albuquerque Tribune, 2 more photos have surfaced over the years of the unidentified woman known as Gulf County Jane Doe. The first was found near a residential construction site in Montecito, California. This unsettling Polaroid, taken with film that wasn't available until June 1989, shows a blurred image of a girl with her mouth taped shut and a distinctive cowlick at her right temple. The background features light blue striped fabric, similar to that seen in the Toyota van photo. Patty Dole believed this image might be of Tara, pointing out that the asymmetrical eyes in the photo resemble Tara's. The second photo, taken with film not available until February 1990, depicts a woman loosely wrapped in gauze, her eyes covered with more gauze and large black-framed glasses. A man is visible next to her, seated in an Amtrak train. Patty was uncertain if this woman is Tara or if the photo is fake, though the man's image was matched against 2 other suspect composites. Law enforcement occasionally sent Patty distressing photos of deceased young women for identification, but none proved to be Tara. On the Doe Network's webpage, however, the case of Gulf County Jane Doe has reportedly been closed, but no further information has been made available regarding this. John Dole stated, quote, "We really refuse to believe she's gone, but in all probability she may be." Patty said, quote, "I don't want her to have suffered at all." Tara's boyfriend, Jack Cole, said, quote, "She would always say things happen for the best. If something's going to happen, it's meant to happen." Tara's bedroom remains untouched, with annual birthday and Christmas presents being left in piles on her bed, waiting to one day be unwrapped. John and Patty left New Mexico in 2003, settling in Charlotte, Florida. Patty told the Albuquerque Tribune, quote, "It will be a good change for us. It's really hard to move. If she were to come home, I could not ever tell her that we gave up on her. Patty and John have been featured on programmes such as Oprah, America's Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries, 48 Hours and A Current Affair. The couple were granted special authority to access their own case files. They distributed 200,000 flyers and photos of Tara, reached out to law enforcement agencies worldwide, and pushed for legislative reforms to spare other parents from enduring the same nightmare they faced. In 1998, Tara was officially declared deceased, with the judge ruling her death as a homicide. In 2008, Rene Rivera, who was the Valencia County Sheriff, stated that he knew what happened to Tara Calico. He said that 2 suspects, who were teenagers in 1988, followed Tara along NM47, south of Rio Communities. They had allegedly tried grabbing her in their Ford pickup and accidentally hit Tara's bike. Tara then allegedly threatened to alert the authorities, which resulted in the pair killing her in a panic. Rivera stated, quote, "They knew who she was, and they are all local individuals. And I believe that the parents of the attackers were some of the people that helped the individuals with hiding the truth or hiding the body or trying to escape prosecution." Valencia County investigators followed up on this, however nothing came of it due to lack of evidence. John Dole remarked that the sheriff should not have made such statements if he wasn't prepared to make any arrests, and argued that substantial circumstantial evidence should suffice for a conviction. Tara's father passed away in 2002, and Patty passed away in 2006, without ever knowing what happened to their daughter. John Dole sadly passed away in 2023. Michelle Dole, Tara's sister, stated to Crime magazine, quote, "We continue to remain suspended, hoping for good news, hoping for the best, keeping faith and not giving up, yet dreading the worst. To this point, the worst has been the not knowing." When Tara Calico disappeared, she was 5 foot 7 inches tall and weighed 115 pounds. She has a fair complexion, green eyes and shoulder-length brown hair with a cowlick on the right temple. She also has a lazy eye. Tara, quote, "has a large scar on the back of her right shoulder and a dime-sized brown-coloured birthmark on the back of one of her legs. She wore a white First National Bank of Bellin t-shirt, white shorts with a green stripe, white socks and white sneakers. She also wore a gold butterfly ring with a diamond inlay, a gold ring set with an amethyst stone, and gold hoop earrings, each half an inch in diameter. In October 2013, a 6-member task force was formed to reopen the investigation into Tara's disappearance. As of 2024, no arrests have been made and the case remains open. On October 1st, 2019, the FBI announced it was offering a reward of up to $20,000 for any information that could lead to the identification or location of Tara Calico, as well as details that could result in the arrest and conviction of those responsible for her disappearance. On June 13th, 2023, the Valencia County Sheriff's Office revealed a significant development in the case. During a press conference, Sheriff Denise Vigil indicated that law enforcement now believes there is enough evidence to present the case to the District Attorney's Office for possible charges. She also noted that the identities and details of the individuals of interest are currently protected by a court order and will remain confidential until further notice. The disappearance of Tara Calico remains unresolved, despite decades of investigation and media attention. Although renewed efforts offer hope, answers have yet to emerge. If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Tara Calico, you can contact Valencia County Sheriff's Office at 505-866-2400.